Hello there. This is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage, and we are going to do tag buffet. Now, when I saw this stamp set, I thought that it had a tag punch with it. I have so many tag punches. I was sure I had a tag punch that matched this. So I went on into my catalog. Hi there, Trudy. Oh, Trudy, did you get your hi, Linda. It's nice to see you too. Oh man, thank you so much for sharing, Trudy. You reminded me I'm supposed to be telling people that, and I will do it again. Thank you so much for sharing. It makes a big difference in just how much it gets out there. So thank you so much for doing it. And Trudy, I just was wondering if you got my coupon in the mail. Hi, Mary. I'm happy to see you. Not happy that you are having probably to continue doing your husband's treatments right now, but we will just be continuing to pray for you guys. Be confident that things will get better, because I just know they are going to. It's just so hard during struggles to just stay positive every day. And that's one thing that's nice about stamping. And when you're going through it, it can be, kind of a release just to do the stamping itself. Unless, like our friend Jules having issues with her arm, I think it was, and couldn't even stamp. So that's troublesome. Oh, Trudy, you haven't gotten it yet. Let me know if you don't get it by the end of this week, or probably by the end of this week. If you don't get it, just shoot me a Facebook message that tells me that, because I found where I had stuck your name in a kind of a different place, and then I thought I'd send it, but I couldn't really remember. So if I didn't, I'd like to be able to do that. So at any rate, the other thing about it is that we have mostly really positive sentiments in stamps. So it's nice for people who are going through difficult times to get a card that just is a happy, I'm thinking about you kind of card. Doesn't have to be luxury. I'm going to put you over here for just a quick second. Okay, immune therapy. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to be praying for you. I have in this cabinet tons of scripture stamps, because as a believer, my strength and my joy and my faith, my just positive look on life comes from God and from the Word. So I have a lot of scripture stamps because that feeds my soul. But in searching for them, it's taken me a while. But about 5 years ago, I went and thinned out all of my luxury ones. Like this is a perfect one. The earth is filled with your love, O Lord. It's a psalm. That one is not going to come off as preachy, even to people who don't, who they're believers, but they're not big into religion. But I just noticed a lot of my scripture stamps were, just kind of like buck up. That's not helpful. Not helpful when you're going through tough things. So anyway, that's sort of totally aside. I was going down that rabbit trail thinking about the positive sentiments in our stamp sets. Okay, so Tag Buffet has some really good ones. It is Christmas. I bet you don't even know where it is in the catalog, so I'm going to send you on a little hunt for it. You can buy it. It's part of a set of something that I didn't buy, but I liked the sentiments, so I purchased it. I'm a sucker for these little ornament things. So anyhow, that's what we're doing. It did not have a tag punch. I was kind of surprised by that, but it didn't. And I have lots of them, so it's like, well, good. I don't have to buy another punch that I'll only use for a few things. So I'll draw and see who wins. Oh, Marty, it's nice to see you. We haven't seen you in a while. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for joining us. I hope your summer has gone well. And I hope Linda, if she, isn't having any storms. Last week it was pretty stormy on the east side of the United States. They were really struggling with that stuff. So I think it's better now. Now it's just the aftermath, of all of that. All right. Okay. Doing the drawing for this last week was Autumn Goodness. And congratulations, Andy. I don't even know, is Andy on with us? I don't think so. But Andy, let me put your name up in the window and congratulations. And I will send that. Went way too fast. Yes, it does. Summer. Well, I shouldn't say that. This summer, it was like super, it went fast, but it was kind of weird just because Jeff was home all the time. Now, he could still be home because in Washington State, our schools are all online, I think. Now, districts are able to do what they wanted to do. Thankfully that they gave us that option because most of Washington State probably could meet without any difficulty, but in our region, the numbers thing, I'm just gonna say it's real funky, and I'm not even gonna go there. But for people living and dying by numbers, I mean literally living and dying by numbers alone, it was scary. And I'm trying to find my video here. So they gave. I know our district labored over the decision of whether to. I cannot get out of my. It's like my Facebook page here is like frozen in time. It won't budge. So let me hit reload and see what happens to it. Anyway, so they are not there. All the schools in our area are all on. Just virtual learning, and that is just going to be really interesting for people. But Jeff decided he's going to go to school anyway, and just rainy and gloomy today, Linda. It was a little rainy here earlier, but it's better now. Anyway, he's going to keep his schedule because it's better for him, better for me, and I appreciate that he cares about me enough to go to school, to work, when he doesn't really even have to. All right, here's my host code if you're interested in ordering anything. Now, this set, I think, is just like a $17 set, but it is photopolymer. I probably wouldn't have bought it if it had not been a photopolymer one. And one of the cards that I'm going to make, the first card I'm going to do today has this little spinner. Now, I might only have time to do this one little card. Mary has turned me on to these slimline ones. And hi, Diana. It's good to see you. How is your day going? Hasn't Mary been making all the coolest little, all these slimline cards? I had to order a whole bunch of special envelopes just for these, so that my paper source, where I get the envelopes from, is probably way happy for that. Linda, 66 new COVID cases this weekend. Well, of course, your town, I don't know what your population is, but in some towns that might not actually be very much. But maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that funny, Mary, how these have, like, I've seen cards. It's not like this is a new design, but things just kind of come and go. And when you started putting those on, I thought, I have seen some of those, but I haven't paid much attention to them. But it's awfully fun. They're awfully fun to make. Okay, so one thing that I'm using to do with this tag buffet is, let me get the name of it, Candy here, because I kind of forgot what it's called. This is our part of this DSP pack that I'm getting to near the end now. I've used a bunch of it up. It's Snowflake Splendor, and it does not have any glimmery stuff. So for snowflakes, for me, when I first got it, I love the colors, because blue's my favorite color of all time, and then all of the pool party and all is just has become a new holiday favorite for me. But I always associate snowflakes with a lot of glitter, so anyhow, I wasn't really sure about that. Oops, this isn't the sheet I want. I want the one that has pool party, but it has some snowflakes on it too, so you're gonna get to see the whole pack. I guess this is the one that I'm wanting, and I love this side. I've actually probably used this side of this particular sheet more, but today I wanted to use it because this has the varying gradations of pool party. You're waiting for 0 cases. Oh, Linda, that's because you have, you are in that high risk category, I guess. And so many people who are in that high risk category, yes, are going to need to take extra precautions because 0 cases is, that, I don't know if that's even, I mean, eventually I suppose that might be possible, but that's actually doesn't seem even possible. Statistically, that is. It could be possible in your region, everywhere you go, but not in your county. All right, let's see here. What I need to do is get some Whisper White out. It's the one thing I kind of put on the back burner and forgot to do. So we're going to do just some really simple stuff here for this card. I did make this a little spinner though. So we're going to just put that's nothing too fancy, just a brad, just sticking a brad on the back of that. So anyway, let's just get going. I did cut out 2 of these already because I think for my other card I'm going to do something with this plaid. I need this glimmer paper. Now this is red glimmer paper from last year. In our catalog this year, we don't have red glimmer. We've got black, and which is perfectly fine, but I still had a sheet of this red left. So I'm using it up. And then on this other card, if I get to it, I'm going to use this DSP. This is from the Coming Home, what is it called? Home something. And then I just got my Stitch Triangle dies. I'm kind of enjoying using those. I think I'm going to get used to them. Not really sure. I think they'll be, I put that off because I wasn't so sure about the Stitched Triangle die. All right. Stocking. I went on my bike ride yesterday, and it was it's been beautiful for bike ride. Perfect weather. It's been in the 80s during the day. It's cooling down a lot more at night, which I love, because that just means my flowers are going to pop out. So nice. And I heard this. I was just rounding a corner of a yard, minding my own business, nothing seeming unusual, and I heard this little panting sound behind me, and I thought, what in the world? Is there a dog chasing me? And so I kind of had to turn my wheel a little bit even to see, because I could tell even by the time I'm doing a couple here just to make sure I have I have them done already, because on the other card we're gonna do that, and I might as well just do the one extra that I need and the one in case I totally flub it up and need an extra one, which is very typical. But yeah, I never even saw the poor dog. He gave up before. I suspect it was, I barely kind of saw a little bit of fur at the corner, and I think it was one of those little yappy dogs, but he was probably pretty pudgy and unable to even, he was trying, and I'm sure I gave him a little excitement, but it was so funny that he could not even. He would have loved to have nipped my heel, I'm sure, but he wasn't going to ever be able to get anywhere near. All right, I'm going to put 2 of these ornaments on here. Uh-oh, I'm seeing right now, what did I do? I've got sentiments on here that I do not think I have that. Ooh, I better not put that so close to my stocking. So I'm not sure what die yet I'm using on all of those. Okay, I think that's, I better do several because I need 2. So we'll just fill up this page here. And I better do one more just to be on the safe side. And anyway, when you're out on your bike, I'm always a little afraid that a dog's gonna come, because they could easily knock me over. The big one of the days when I had a pretty big sized dog chasing after me. Now this does not have any dies, but I do like the little leaves and the holly berries, so I am using these, but I have leaves and holly berries probably from another set that I could use that have dies with them. And so if you do also, you might want to use those instead. It's a cute little leaf, isn't it? Let's see, I need 2 on this card, and then maybe 2 on the other. So that's probably enough. And I kind of have a little bit of a kinship with the postman, I think, because dogs are probably not always a great thing for them to have to deal with either. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5. Oops, got to do another one there. Okay, now we've got all of our little stamping done. Now I did for this, the sentiment on this card, I might as well get it out and just do it while I'm here, because I left the middle part white, and I'm using a retired set, so I'm going to have to locate it. Hold on a second. I think I stuck it over here on the side, thinking that I was completely done with this set for now. And no. So this is Merry Christmas to All. This is a retired one. And if you, I think it's pretty dirty because I use it a lot. It came with dies. I was very sad when, I think this one's retired. It shouldn't have been retired. It has tags, you know, it has the words. And the words are a good size. So these were the ones that were, I needed photopolymer so I could see the placement. So I have a lot of cling ones that, you know, are this size and all, but the words on this set actually don't really fit in there all that well in this little space. So I am using Merry and Bright. They matched really well size-wise, but there are a few others. And I didn't even look at my, you know, itty-bitty ones. The itty-bitty stamps would work, but I think those are all cling. And with the photopolymer one, let me make it a little damp. I can arc it a bit. And by just doing a little arc in here, it's gonna look better on that ornament. So we're gonna just stick with these colors. And let me do 2 of these. There's 1. And 2. I kind of flubbed my E a little bit on that one. Yeah, it's a little flub, but not too bad. I did do an extra, didn't I? This is why I did an extra. Maybe I'll do it up here. There, okay. That turned out pretty good. But anyhow, I love that you can twist these just a little bit. If you need a lot of a twist, it doesn't really work because it you know, it doesn't work. The problem with twisting it, as I've discovered from having done it a few times, is that you can over time mess with the shape of your stamp, and that's not so good. You don't necessarily, yeah, that is Bright. Okay, you don't necessarily want a permanent arc in a stamp like this. You kind of want it to be straight, but if you do a lot of this, oops, I did it the wrong direction. It's got to go the other way. Otherwise, it'd be an upside down Bright, and that'd be a little funkier than I want. I think I need real red for this one. This was Pool Party, but I want real red for this, for the Bright. I like to have Bright on it. Yeah, Mary is really creative, isn't she, Linda? Or Diana. I think Mary is getting that. Did she get that all on her own, or have you been coaching her? You're pretty talented too. Oops, that's a little low, but that's okay. We'll put a higher one there. And then now I've got one I can choose from. All right, so we're done with that red. Now, right now, I have to be honest with you. Right now, during the Christmas or the holiday, it's not, school just started. It's not even Halloween yet. And I know you're thinking, Christmas already? Really? Yeah, Christmas for me at this time of the year, it's sort of like eating my vegetables first, making myself eat those vegetables first. I would much rather be, I would much rather be doing some other cards right now, but it's kind of nice to get these things out of the way early. That's one thing that's nice about it, but if I am going to be encouraging people to make their Christmas cards, which is part of what I'm doing, this is Pool Party, then I kind of have to start really early, because if I wait, then you haven't made any cards in a long time. Oh, some green and red long envelopes. Marty, you probably, if you aren't even in the mood for creating, you could probably sell those right now to somebody. There's probably somebody who would love to take those off your hands, and you might at least get them out of your closet and be a few pennies richer. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do all of these stockings with this Pool Party, just so that I have those all done. Oops, there's one more. Let's not leave you. This is not like super duper fancy coloring work here. Just get them done fairly quickly. But anyway, a lot of life is like eating your vegetables first. It's one of the good things about making children, not that you want them to learn to overeat. I think a lot of my training was more in that direction as a child, but whatever, you do the best you can as a mom. When you get to be my age, you just realize, yeah, I could have done better. So could you. I'll give you time. You'll be you'll be experiencing the joys of knowing you could have done better. It's like, yeah, that stage of life never really ends. I always am gonna be able to say, yeah, I could be doing better. It's okay. I'm gonna try. All right, so anyhow, doing Christmas cards, and actually I've been doing so many, I'm gonna be way ahead of the game. All right, so I want to have my bright ones with this same combination. So we'll just go ahead and do the same thing. Where your lines are where you're gonna put your shadows, and you can labor it. Oops, I didn't want that one. Just this one is the one I want. That's gonna be red, so it isn't gonna mess with it too much, I don't think. And then with our light Pool Party, now I had mixed feelings when Stampin' Up! Decided to only sell these as couples, instead of individual blends. So we are now having to buy your dark as well as your light. And I don't know, the jury is out on that for me yet. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter. It's the option I get. And we'll just see if I end up with a whole lot of dark blending pens in time. I don't think I will, because actually for me, I do not mind, not on camera on this Kathy Crow's cards page, I have to use my Stampin' Up! Products, but I do have Copic pens and some Spectrum pens that some of them, not all of them are close, but some of them are pretty close in color. So I probably on the side quietly can make do until one of my dark pens dies, and then can buy the set again. I don't know. I'm not having that issue yet. Maybe it will not come up at all. I hope not. Now I'm going to use Real Red for this one. Okay, if I can find it. I've always got to find all the other reds first. There's Poppy Parade. And this one is, I believe, Real Red. Yes, there you are. Boy, the crab apples in our crabapple tree are getting so red. They look wonderful. Marty, you wish they hadn't changed them. I suspect a whole bunch of people are going to be thinking the same thing. But have you ended up with a lot of one instead of the other yet? I think if you use your blending pens a lot, you might. And I'm going to be using them more than I have during the summer, that's for sure, because during the summer, I think I've been using more of my ink pads and sponging and, not needing to use a lot of the, but we have some really nice landscaping cards like that. Oh, I'm going to do pretty quick because I'm really enjoying it. The Light My Way Home's Christmas set. So pretty. Now it doesn't take, because there's so much snow in the scene, it doesn't take a lot of color. And so that one I probably won't use a ton of my blending pens on, but those landscape ones I tend to use a lot of the blending pen. The light ones, not the dark so much, but the light ones. I think I've been trying to be a little bit more careful about using my ink pad and then a sponge in sponging areas that are big enough to do that with. So I think I've been sort of saving my my light markers a little bit, or these blending pens, by doing that more. I think I might be self-consciously, or not self-consciously, I've been subconsciously economic decision-wise making that choice. I'm not sure. Sometimes the things I do subconsciously are, well, yeah, I know they're subconscious, so they're supposed to not be, but sometimes I just tell myself it's I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, I think you probably don't need to see, too terribly, detail with my little holly berries. I'm trying to leave a white dot in there just for that little highlight spot. And, but it can't be so much that, and I lost it entirely on some of them. Okay, so that is good enough. Let's look here really quick and see what else I need to do. I do want this to be a little darker, right on this edge. So we'll just run that through. And I could go get I could get like Pretty Peacock or something and make it a lot darker. And that'd be nice. But we'll just do that. Oh, I'm probably not even going to use this ornament, but oh well, we'll just do it anyway. All right, there we go. Now we do need our little green guy here, and I think I snuck in something on that, and it didn't end up using that, but maybe I did. Okay, so we will go ahead and give light Granny Apple Green a try. It's not too bad. It's pretty good actually. I think that's gonna look fine. When I was in I think it was 1970. Oh, 1976. No, 1974 in Spokane. They had the World's Fair. And our colors were a little darker version of this green and turquoise. And so it always reminds me of that time. They were bright, garish, turquoise and green theme, but everywhere in the city, every sign, everything was this lime green and turquoise. I loved it. I don't know, let's see, 1974, I would have been 9. yeah, 9, no, 10. No, 11. I'll leave you guessing. Okay. Oh, I need that for the leaf. Let's not get that out or put that away. Let's do the leaf really quick. Now, I'm not going to fussy cut all these leaves out because that would just take forever for you to watch me do that. But I might do one. We'll see. And then you'll just have to use your imagination for the remaining ones that I will eventually do when I complete these cards. All right, there we go. Get that vein in a little darker. If I used the other dark pen, it would probably actually pop out a little bit more. Like that. All right, good enough. Now we're going to put those away. I think all my coloring is all done for both of these cards. So we'll push you aside. And I am going to need to cut these with the stitched rectangles and also a circle. So if I'm going to do a circle, I better not cut those yet, because I might need to finagle my circle a little bit. Let's see. Let's look at our stitched shapes and pick out the circle that I need for this. I think I need this medium one. You graduated from high school in 1974. It was a good year. Oh, I did forget my gray on there. I do want a little tiny bit of gray for silver. And I'm going to sneak in a pen here. That's a little lighter silver color, I think, than my smoky slate. Might be the same, I don't know. Just I happen to see it there. All right, so I'm going to need to cut that with that. And then our stocking, I'll have to get out my stitched rectangles. So let's just do this first. I'll get all of these guys. I only need 1 and 2. So let's just do the 1 and the 2. I'm gonna raise this up a bit. Hopefully it's not too high. Grab a clearer plate than I'm normally using. All right, that one's pretty clear. Let's put that one on the bottom. Yeah, we'll put that one on the bottom. We'll do Mary right there. Oops, let's move you over. I'm going to use my stitched rectangles for that other card, so I'm just going to do 2 of these little circles. Okay, there's 1. And then we'll do this bright. That one's the best one as far as that word goes. My cardstock's a little sticking out there, but that's okay. It worked anyway. All right, there's bright. And now we'll get our stocking. We only need to do 1 stocking. So let's grab the stitched rectangle. I could use one of these squares and just make that work, but I think I have a rectangle that's the right size. I think, because I don't remember. Maybe I shortened it, because it is pretty long. It's not that one. That's too small, so I must have shortened it anyway. I might have better luck with my square. If I'm going to have to double cut it anyway, my stitched shapes seem to come out a little bit better. Some of the stitched rectangles are a little problematic. That's a little too big. Oh, you're a little too small. This is like 3 bears, you know, Goldilocks and the 3 bears. So I am getting you out, Stitched Rectangle, whether you are problematic or not, because I just need you to be shorter. So we'll go ahead and cut, cut, cut. Ooh, that one's gonna be... The problem with my nice new plate is I don't really want it to get all messed up, but it's going to. Where's a scrap? Let's put a scrap in here. All right, so we'll put you right there. You're really close to the toe. I don't want you to be crooked. There we go. Now we'll have to move this around because I'm going to use this, and let's put you this way. Like this. Yeah, you're still going to stick out there. I was hoping, maybe if I move it like this. I do have other scraps. Let me grab another scrap. Ah, there we go. And then we can move you more to the center because I just need you to, do the end here. All right. So we are only doing one because that's taking a few minutes just to get this one little stocking done. All right. Okay, now he's got a nice stitched edge all around him. Clean up my mess. I've got a part of a label there, but I would have to double cut my edge again, and I think not. I think we'll just throw that away. Put you to the side. Let's put you away. Little stitched rectangle. All right, very good. Is anyone going to on stage? It's all online. I'm not all that interested in it, but some of you might be. Okay, now what am I doing? Let me clean off some of my mess of my desk. Put my ink pad away, and I can see what I'm doing. All right, let's get the card out, and then that'll help remind me too what I need to do. First of all, let me do my card base. Grab a sheet, and this is actually a really easy one to do. We are going to go 8 inches across. Now I'm going to measure it because some of these I have made a little bit bigger. And I might have done that with this one because it's looking a little bigger than the standard. This is 4 1/8. Well, the 1/8 isn't worth it. So we're going to go 4 inches. Well, actually, we want to go 8 inches because that 4 is that direction. So we're going to go 8. In that case, we'll go ahead and do the 8 1/4. Okay, so we'll go 8 1/4. So that'll give me a 4 1/8 inch. And then we'll score it at 4 1/8. And then for this edge, we're going to cut it at, I think it's 8 inches. Let me check. I think it's 8 inches. Maybe it's 10 inches. No, it is 8. Mine is 8 1/2. So 8 1/2. I think that's right. 8 1/2 is your standard skinny card length. I just upped the width a tiny bit because I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of room for that DSP. I really like it. Diana, you registered for, oh, excellent. You can tell us all about it for those of us who don't go. Hi, Aunt Connie. It's nice to see you. How are you guys doing? I should have used an oval for that stocking, probably, Marty. I think it would have looked really well there. I don't know. I was hoping. Oh, I did a square on this. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to do a square. Good thing I have an extra one. I'm going to do that on the side here. I wanted different. I didn't want it to be another circle. I wanted it to be a square. Oh, here they are. All right, so let me grab one of those squares out. Probably that one, although that seems small, but maybe it'll fit. Is it the bright? Yes. That looks a little small. Let's look. Oh, I did it like this, like a diamond. Okay. All right, let me run that through over here on the side. While you tell me about, I think OnStage is all online, so that will make it convenient for a lot of people who normally aren't able to do it. Did you get all of your goodies, Diana, for that? You should have gotten, or you're going to, if you haven't yet, you will get some things so that you can do it all along with them. That will be nice for you to have fun with that. I can hear the squirrels gnawing out there. We have in our backyard, well, we've got an almond tree, and the almonds, I think, are pretty ripe. I haven't really seen the squirrels in it yet, but we've got neighbors that have walnut trees. And frozen, uh-oh, I don't think that's me. I think our connection is okay. All right, now, so for the red glimmer paper, I need, I'm going to use Coastal Cabana is the mat that I'm doing underneath of that. So this mat piece needs to be 4 inches. Okay, we're going to go 4 inches. Actually, we'll go a tiny bit more. How about 4 1/8? And then I'll look at it and see if that's good. Put my pieces on the side here. So the squirrels all day long now at this time of the year are just munch, munch, munch. I can hear their little mouths gnawing away. I don't see them always. And then we'll hear a little chitter chattering going on where they argue about whose nut that is. They're pretty cute. Okay, that'll be better. And then 8 1/2. I should have left my little arm out because I need this to be 8 1/4. Or again, I'm going to go a little bit more because I want it to have a fairly small border. And there we go. So that's just a little bit more than that. And we will put some glue on the back of that. I'm going to use my glue on the side over here. This is a pretty big piece. And I do need to move it about quite a bit to make sure it is nice and level. Or square. I guess square is the word you would use to indicate that it's got its sides all nice and straight on every side. I don't have any ribbon going through that part, so I can just put it right on there. Okay, now we'll get our glimmer paper. Red glimmer paper. Ooh, that's so bright. Love that. Oh, good. I'm glad you're back, Linda. Okay, now we're going to go 4 inches on this. I think that'll be good. Okay, so 4 inches. I don't want to lose my glimmer paper. That's a pretty big piece left over. And pull that arm out again. I should have just left it. And 8. Let's go 8 and... Let's start at 8 1/8 because I think I had 8 1/2, it'd be 8 1/4. We'll go a little bit more. I'd rather err on the side of it being a little too long. That's perfect that way. I just need a tiny bit more off this edge. I'm learning on camera, just do it larger than you think because it's a lot easier to trim it down than it is to make the mistake and then have to cut out a whole nother piece again. So Linda, I hope your storms aren't wreaking havoc with your internet connection. We've got, apparently our local internet people have been working hard, and I think they've got better, they're going with the 5G thing, and I don't know what you think about the 5G thing, but if it's faster, I'm glad of it. I'm hoping it doesn't give us all cancer or something. I don't know. It just seems like every technology that ever comes around, there's always people claiming that it's going to make you sick. So I've gotten pretty skeptical about a whole lot of things, but on the other hand, sometimes later you find out that stuff did actually have a negative effect, and it's too late then. So anyhow, but I am glad that we have faster internet connection because we're doing all, I think this year on our taxes, we're going to be able to take off a whole lot of things on our taxes because shoot, it could be online. Jeff could be doing online stuff every single day, and we are paying for that connection, not the school. All right, so anyhow, let's do the little middle panel. Now I'm going to set this card aside, and hopefully I won't lose it because I need to put a brad in this next section, so I better just move the card. Oops, that's centimeters. Let's do it looks like 1 3/4 inches this way. 1 3/4 of an inch. That's not right. Must be 2 3/4. Yes, indeed, 2 3/4. Let's try it this way. 2 3/4 of an inch. Much better. By let's look there, 7 1/2. Gotta get out my arm again. 7 1/2. All right, now we're gonna do that paper, our little DSP paper. So we want to do 2 not 3/4. We'll go 2 5/8 for starters here. And 7 let's go 3/8 and see if that's small enough. I think it is. Perfect. That way we have just tiny, tiny little edge there. Okay, and we will glue that together. Pouring rain, Marty. Wow. We are in our dry season, I think. We don't get a lot of rain at this time of the year. It can get really windy, but not a lot of rain. Okay, now there's not a lot of room on the sides, so I want to make sure that I had plenty of time to move that about. There we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, now we can put our little tags. Got these tag, this tag, this tag, this one, not this one. That one's an extra now, and this one. Now the circle one I'll have to use a die with because I might have a big punch. Let's see if I do. I might have a big enough punch. 1 1/2. No, that's not big enough. Let's see here. I've got an assortment of of circle punches. I think they might all be too small. So, and this one's too big. So I think I will have to get out. Wait. Let's look. Is that one too? Nope, that's the one I looked at already. All right, so my stitched shapes. The circle's a little bigger than I want, and I probably even have another stitched circle somewhere that would work better, but we're gonna go with this big one and just cut that out. I'll cut that out over here quickly. Hopefully quickly. My handle's the wrong direction on my machine. It's dangling into my lamp. Ah, there we go. And this glimmer paper, I've noticed it's coloring my cutting plates quite a lot. I need to get some cleaner and clean those guys. And I'm gonna just glue this right on here. Hi, Andy. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for sharing, ladies. I appreciate that very much. All right, so we've got that on there, and then we've got these little hollies. Let me just grab one of these. I'm only going to cut one of these guys out because it's just going to take way too long for you to have to watch me doing that. But we'll do one anyway. You don't have to be terribly careful with it. It's pretty easy to do. These little holly berries are probably the harder ones to do. But like I said, we have other sets that have them with the dies. And I would just use that if they're the same size. They might not be the same size is the problem. That's a pretty tiny little bit of berry. They might not be the right size. All right, so we're gonna take that and we need to put a little hole punch in there. So this is not a big giant hole punch. I'm not exactly sure which size it is, but we'll just put a little hole there. And then where is my ribbon? Might as well get the ribbon done while I'm there. We'll stick our ribbon through there if I can. Now this ribbon was from the tea party. Remember the tea set? The tea, Time for Tea had like a little ribbon set. And I'm almost done with it. I love it. I don't think it's in the catalog still. I'm very sad about that because this is pool party with a little gold edge. It's perfect. All right. And then tiny little mini dimensionals. Where are you? You little minis. I see you big ones. Where are you mini minis? There you are. Okay, so little mini one. Put on the tag. And then we'll poke a hole for the brad. Actually I needed to do the brad before I put my tag on. Good thing this is that glimmer, because the glimmer doesn't stick as well. So you're able to adjust a little bit better. Then we'll put the holly sprig on there anyway, since I've got it off. And let's grab a brad really quickly. Actually, I'm going to use, instead of just a regular brad, I have these little tourney brads. Forget exactly where I got these, but they're pretty cool. I think I'll use the gold one. And it comes with a little brad and a little turn thing. Ah, there's a silver one. Let's do the silver one because I don't use those very often. I bet you I found this. You know, when I go to a craft store, this is the sort of thing I look at to see what have you got that I can't find elsewhere. And so anyhow, I have had these for a very long time. I might have gotten them through the Oriental Trading Company. For a long time, oh my goodness, they're sticking to my hand. I probably have glue on my hand. So let's get that silver one out again that I just dumped everything else onto. Get you guys out of here. Oops, silver. All right, there we go. It's sort of like an antique hunter, you know, is constantly looking to the sides of the road, seeing if there's some great piece of furniture somebody's selling on the side. That's what we little crafters look for, buttons and little doodads like this. And what else? You know, I mean, even like in a hardware store, I'll find myself looking for odd little things that you might use as a fastener somewhere. Can come in pretty handy. Now I am going to just take my punch. Actually, where did I stick my punch? Oh, I did it on this. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think. And then I'm gonna just use my little turn thing on here. So we'll I don't even think I need to use the turn thing. I think what I did before is I glued this. It was an afterthought. So I glued the turn thing on here. That's what I did. And I didn't really even need to do that. But anyway, we'll stick my tag about there. If you start with this one, it's not going to really matter so much. You know, oops, this goes here. All right, it's not going to matter so much where where this tag is. You'll just make the other ones fit around it. And then when I'm closing these, if you use your little snips to kind of keep them, it won't be quite flat, and that way it's going to spin a little bit easier. If you push these down really hard, then it's not gonna, this will spin really easy. Okay, so I didn't even need to take you off. Stick you back on there. Right where that hole is. Okay, and then I am gonna need to use a clip. Find a good clip. I hope I have a very long clip because I kind of need one that's gonna clip you on there good, because it's gonna have to glue for a bit. Put a fair amount on, but not so much that it's gonna be going to the sides. Okay. Yes, Andy, you won today's drawing. Congratulations. All right. I don't want to glue it to the actual card. Okay, so this will go like right there, and then we'll clip that on there and let that go to the side for a minute, okay? All right, now while that's drying, let's put some more glimmer on the back of these guys. And I'm going to just stick these on here. This is just my scrap left over, and I'm going to just glue them down and cut those out. All right, are you guys ready for Christmas? Getting ready, I hope not. You might not really be ready yet. There's my phone. I bet they're Republicans. I gave them some money, so they keep calling, I think, almost every day. All right, let's see here. there, and then this one there. And we'll get our little holly sprigs on because I'm going to have to wait for that to dry over there. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see you. How are you doing? All right. Bye, Marty. Marty's going to get dinner, and I completely understand. All right. All right, we are going to, this year, maybe miss out on a whole lot of social stuff that we would normally be doing, where I have to use my social skills a little more. I wonder, is anyone else feeling like their social skills are getting a little bit weakened from lack of use? All right, I did do this little word Mary. I should have stamped that while I had it out here, but we'll just do that really quick. Put you there. I'm done with the paper, and now I've unburied the stamp set so I can see it, and we'll get out the word Mary again. So we've got Mary, 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 quite not contrary, because this is a different kind of Mary. Our daughter's name is Mary also, and she had a friend who was named Mary, but that Mary, our daughter's name is spelled M-A-R-Y, like our friend Mary. And the friend was spelled like the Christmas Mary. It's kind of fun. I'm not sure if she got teased very much about that, but our Mary got teased by, because her last name is Crow, so she got teased more from that, but in a good way. I mean, she never had any. I don't think anybody ever was mean to her about anything. It'd be pretty rough for them because they, being a student at the school my husband was teaching at in those years, probably they would have regretted teasing her. One of the nice things about having Dad right there at the school. You don't have to worry too much about too much teasing going on. All right, and that little tiny scrap of glimmer paper. Where are you? I'll stick you right on there. Little tiny bit of glue. All right. Think when I'm trying to practice my social skills, I'm wondering how is the best way to answer somebody who asks your opinion on something. What's the best way to answer that? For me, a lot of times the person asking already has an answer. They're not really asking for your opinion. They want to hear their opinion affirmed to them. So if you don't have that opinion, you're kind of in a risk zone, because if you don't answer the way they want you to, you will be considered to be disagreeable. Yet, if you don't have that opinion, what do you do? Okay, I'm going to just snip a tiny bit. Our mini dimensional isn't mini enough for this little teeny tiny holly berry that we're going to stick on here. So we'll work that this way. Still too big. Let's get off your little point. I need like a mini dimensional. That would be nice, like little dots. Little dots would be helpful. Little teeny tiny, this is like an eraser, pencil eraser size dot. That'd be perfect. All right, let's see if that is secure. It's not. Rats, I'll have to keep doing it then. Because you are not secure, not at all, in fact. All right, we'll try you some more while we keep working the card, because I can't wait forever. All right, so now that that's done, we'll put we're going to use our regular dimensionals on here. So that'll be done. We're almost done with this card. I am not getting to the next card again, as usual. One is it. I just am too slow, too chit-chatty, I guess. All right. Kind of asking, when somebody asks your opinion for something, Linda, no comment. When they ask your opinion for something, it's sort of like, sometimes it's the friend that you don't really know if she's really a friend or just like maybe not a friend that calls herself a friend sometimes. And they give you a compliment. But now where did I put my sign? My Mary. I just did Mary and now I've lost Mary. I thought I had you right here. Oh well, we will leave you off then since I've lost you already. And we'll put this one. They're the ones who give you a compliment, but you know the compliment actually is intended just to get a compliment in return. They're not really complimenting you, right? It's just that they want you to tell them they always compliment you on the thing that they want to be complimented on. So this is a tactic that is often used by a teenage girl. I mean, you practice it a lot in those years. And so Jeff's gotten really good at dealing with it because it's constant when there's actual kids at school. It's something that comes up quite a lot. And so they will come up to him and they'll say, oh, Mr. Crow, I like, whatever the thing is that they want to be complimented themselves on. And so Jeff never responds to that. He's just like, oh, thank you. And off, and on to some other thing, but then that doesn't really work. So then they'll fluff up their hair if it was their hair, or they'll smooth their dress if it was their dress, or whatever. You get the picture. And then he'll still continue the conversation, ignoring them totally, until they finally say, well, didn't you notice my, whatever it was. And then he'll say, what? Did you do something different? What? He loves to annoy people. So I think that's probably one of the reasons he's loved being a teacher for so long. When you're a teacher, if you don't like to annoy people a little bit, I think you just don't like the job as much. Now that mini-dimensional was way too tough for me on that one. So this time I am just going to glue it and be done with that. Okay, we'll just stick you right on there, glued this time. All right, now this is not done. It is not done, and I don't want to rush it. So where did I put my card base? There you are. I can't really finish you. Can't really finish you. And our time, see what time it is. It's after 2, so I'm not doing too bad actually. Maybe I will start my next card and we'll stick you to the side here. And while I'm cleaning up, looking at my other project, I might find that word Mary, because I bet it's hiding here somewhere in this big mess of a desk. Just not seeing it at the moment. Isn't that funny? How these little things can just disappear magically. Well, I'll put away that stuff and whatever. People who are asking, how about the person that asks for a favor and they're asking, they don't really want you to do a favor for them, but they have a favor already in mind that they want you to do for them. And so they ask you to do something pretty easy, just, so that you will feel obligated. And, the other way around. They will do something for you, and it's something pretty easy, and then it's because they had some, ulterior motive. All right. So on this one, really quickly, I'm not going to finish it, but I wanted to use this plaid tidings piece that I kind of had sitting over in the corner. And I am first of all going to just lay it right on here so I have this nice green border, because this is going to be a Christmas card. And And so since it's a Christmas one, I want some green on it, just to make it look a bit more Christmassy. Okay, so we'll put a bit of glue on there. Oh, thank you for liking my shirt. Now I wonder what you're wearing. Are you giving me a clue as to what compliment you want, Kathy? You're funny. All right. Anyway, did any of you ever watch Seinfeld? We always watched Seinfeld when we were I guess not first married. We'd been married probably 10 years by the time that was pretty popular. And we used to watch that all the time. And there's an episode where the guy does a favor for Jerry, and then he has to return the favor, right? So he buys, I think he buys Jerry's dinner. That's what it is. He buys his dinner, and now Jerry owes him a dinner. And the problem is that every time Jerry takes the guy out to dinner, the guy orders a salad. So because he orders a salad, he never figures that he's paid back the... Now this was that DSP, that's the coming home DSP. That green stripe was on the back of these little people. And the people are pretty cute, but they're, it's a lot of them. So I was having a hard time figuring out how to use the people DSP. I think it's going to be real easy for me to use the green stripe side. So that's what it is for me sometimes with a favor or anything. It's like, well, maybe I'll just say no. Maybe I'll just say no. All right, that. Now this is going to get to be kind of large. I've already made it a lot bigger than our standard size, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be the same as normal. Now, if you wanted to, you could probably put a little bit of red under there. Let's just peek and see how that would look. I don't think so. I don't think you would want to. I think if you would want to layer it anymore, you would probably want to do it with another sheet of this green. But we're going to just leave it for now. Because I wanted to see how the triangles would look with this. Don't you think the triangles will look cute with this set? I think so. Let's see. So you can move your little triangles to be, and they have the different shaped triangles. So we could go with different one, but I think that'd be too big if I did that. I'll probably have to use the triangle or use something else with the stocking, because I'm seeing right now that's not gonna be big enough for me. I can probably work it with one of these though. Okay, so let's try one of the smaller ones and see if our little won't fit in there. Okay, so this is the size we're gonna have to be working with. So let me cut that out over on the side. If I can get it on my plate. There we go. I think you're going to work over there. Let's give you a go. And then I can just use my scissors and trim a nice small border for it, because a lot of times the border is gonna, with the next size up, it's just a little too big for me. A lot of times it is. I don't know. I think I do want the red on there, because that's going to just make it seem a little bit more Christmassy, won't it? Oops. Let me get my die to not shift on me. It's shifting. All right, very cute. I think I am going to really like these triangles. Maybe. 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 There, that's better. That's better. Okay, it's sticking to my gluey hand. All right, so that one, and then let's try that oval that someone was recommending, or I do have a circle handy. Let's look at the circle. Ooh, I think that circle might work. Let's see how the circle will fit on the page. I think that circle actually might fit on the page better. What do you think? Here's the oval. That will work. Let's go with the oval. I think the oval is going to be better. And I did cut these out just in case I thought they could be added in, just as a little bit of an extra oomph. The trouble is my oval's just not quite, I don't know. We're going to put it on here and we'll see if the oval really works. I'm not sure that my stocking might get cut off just a tiny bit. We'll find out. The cute thing about this stocking is you could put the person's name on it with a pen. You could write their name on there. Wouldn't that be cute? All right, love that. And then we're gonna do some ribbon on here. Won't that be cute? All right, looking pretty good. I don't know that I'll need those, but and I also have an extra one of these if I need it. All right, so all I need to do is, I'm gonna test this and see if it's still not glued. Oh, come now. Why are you being so, oh, there's my Mary. It was stuck to the bottom of the card itself. That's so funny. Glad it didn't get glued there. That would have been bad. All right, so we are going to stick that. We are going to have to just use a dimensional. A dimensional is going to stick this nicely. Although now that it's all glued, it might not, but hopefully it will. Dimensionals, where did I stick you? There you are. Let's grab a dimensional. Maybe we'll, I think one will do. Let's see. At least this way we can get this card actually assembled. And if I have to work this later to make it go better, I can do that. All right, so now you've got a little turn, a little turny guy. You know, I mean, it's just kind of fun. It's not like your spinner or anything, but it's just something. And plus you can maneuver it about a bit. If you didn't like where you got your shape, you could move it a little bit. And then we'll glue that on there, and that one is done. You didn't want to like this set? Yeah, I know what you mean, Andy. It was one that I didn't go to at all right away. And I've been working on all of the other sets that I like the better a lot. And thought, you know, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy this one just because I kind of like that stocking and that ornament and the sentiment. Kind of like it. It's cute. And I've liked it. It's been better than I expected. All right, so that one's done. And we'll get this one finished here quickly. And I'm going to be off, and you will be too. All right, so I don't know what new things are going on in the Stampin' Up! World. Do you? Do you guys know what's going on? I'm feeling like I want this ribbon to go diagonal, but not sure exactly where to do the ribbon. Might only need 2 of these guys. So let's just do the ribbon up here like this. We'll put the top or the bow. Maybe I better put some tape on it. How's that? My last bit of snail is just never ending. I can't, it's like it's never gonna go away. I'm kind of done with you, snail, and I can't get rid of you. All right, so we'll lay that there now. I can, oops, I did it the wrong way. I wanted it to go that way. My goodness, there we go. All right, now we'll tie you into a bow here. Well, hi, Corey. How are you? It's nice to see you. You're working away at home right now, I bet. I am. All right, there's the bow. And, you know, this bow with triangles and all, it can kind of flop any old way it wants to. It's going to look fine no matter what you do. Make sure my ends are pointing. All right, there we go. So now you can just stick your triangles on, however it's going to look good. I do think that they're going to need to have a base underneath. So you're going to either want to do this pretty peacock as a border piece, or I think even better will be our old olive. I think our old olive will look good under there, but what do you think? Old olive or pretty peacock? Maybe we'll do both. Maybe we'll do old olive with our red. I mean, pretty peacock with the red and old olive with this. Well, 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 what do you think? See, the reason I didn't want to do an oval is because I cannot hand cut this border. So this one's going to end up being bigger because I will have to use the next size up die, which is a pretty big one. And that's how big that border is going to be. I'm not going to like that. So I am going to have to think about that. I'm not sure if it might be better if I just take my matte piece and do it out of a triangle and stick it on there. I don't think I'm going to like that either. But I'm pretty sure I don't have an oval piece that's cut exactly that size. I will hunt. I will hunt for it. I might find it. But I am going to leave this card to your imagination. All right, so we aren't quite done with it, but we did get done with this one. I am going to flip up the camera. We'll see what we can see. And I hope you have a wonderful day, rest of the week, actually. Let's see. Oh, it is the end of August. And in September, our cutting machine goes on sale, I think, for everyone. I don't think it was on sale for everybody this last month. I've kind of lost track of some of those things. So if you are needing a machine that is, you know, going to cut really cute things out like this, then next month, I think maybe it's been for sale, but this next month, if you join my team, you can use your starter kit to get your cutting machine, and that will save you some money in doing that. And you get a couple of free bundles of stamps and whatnot. So if you're interested, please message me. It would be wonderful to have. I need one more person on my team. Just one. Just one would be good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at this stamp set and are feeling a little bit more in the Christmas mood, maybe. And if not, just put it aside, and because we're going to be working on a lot of Christmas stuff, I think, for a while. And I do have at least two more autumn cards that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do some more Christmas stuff. So anyway, be prepared. A lot of holly jolly going around. All right. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching, and I am praying for you guys. Things are going to be good. Bye.